Hey, it's Jen, Bitch in a Hurry, Not So Mystical Tarot. This is going to be your reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising for January 1st through the 15th, 2019. Can't believe we're already doing readings for 2019. It just seems crazy. This year has flown by. It's been a tough year, though. I think there's a lot of people that are really looking forward to the new year. Anyway, you can find me on Instagram at bitchinahurry or at bitchinahurry.com. Everything is in the description. I do have a sale going on my website that was supposed to end on the 31st of December at midnight, but because there's been a lot of interest expressed in getting personal readings, I've left it up because I want everyone to be able to benefit from that, especially given that it's the beginning of a new year and people are planning, and I'm just about caught up with personal readings, so why not, right? So if you're interested in that, please let me know. You can just go right onto the website and everything is there. The coupon code is HH2018 and it's written on there anyway, so you can see it. All right, let's get started. We start out for the Sagittarians with the Hanged Man, and I love this. It's time to look at things from a different perspective. Wherever you were looking at things, it does not work for you anymore. And you can see he's hanging in this tree, right? Like nobody's lynching him. He's not strung up. This is of your own free will. You're deciding that it's time to look at things in a different way. You're not going to look at things the way that you always did before. It's time for something new. And this is going to help you get direction and where to go. You're going to look at things almost like someone's telling you the story versus you being part of it. And it'll help you be more objective. So pretend somebody's coming to you and telling you about whatever you have going on. You would be much more objective than if you were in the middle of it. So it's time for you to enjoy looking at things from a different perspective. And that in turn, you get the Three of Wands here, which is your long-range plans. You know, it's here you've done some stuff and here you're going toward some things. And she's just kind of standing here like, okay, what do I want to do next? How do I want my future to look? What do I want everything to look like for me? What am I doing moving forward? Like, what is my next step? What's my goal? What do I want? It's a lot of self-examination going on here, and that's perfect with the Hanged Man because you're looking at everything from a different perspective anyway, so that's pretty exciting. All of this stuff brings you to our next card, which is the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles is about establishing balance. You see, he's got his footing. He's balancing on the one foot, right? And he's got these two pentacles that he's kind of juggling in the air, but he doesn't look frenzied and freaked out. So to me, this is like this new perspective and trying to think about the future is going to help you build a different foundation. This is like starting out like, okay, I've got these two pentacles. I'm going to figure out where they go, how they fit into my life. And you're kind of starting over, kind of starting from scratch. Like, where do I begin? What do I really want? How am I going to balance these pentacles in a way that makes me happy, not just makes everybody else happy? And then finally, before we get to the clarifying cards, we have this Knight of Cups, which is a rush of emotion. And this, especially when you have it with the Hanged Man here, the different perspective, this says don't, you're not going to want to rush to judgment here when deciding about like your long range plans. You don't want to just make an absolute rush to, because of an emotional feeling that you're having, make a choice in your life that could have devastating consequences down the road because emotionally you're just too charged up. It definitely speaks to that, and it's again with that different perspective, the same sort of thing. You don't want to be rash. And I think that's a key point here is looking at things from a different perspective, deciding how you want the future to be, maybe changing the whole foundation of how you conduct yourself or how you move through this life, and eliminating here any kind of rash decision making based on something like an emotional an outburst almost. You don't want that. Now here we have the Two of Swords as a clarifier. And the Two of Swords is that you need to make a decision, and not making a decision is making a decision. So I think it all has to do with a different perspective. It all has to do with moving forward. Here you have this Three of Wands. Well, you can't think about the future with a blindfold on, like, I don't see you. I don't see that. That's not happening. So you're going to have to take the blindfold off and make a decision. So some decisions will have to come as a result of looking at the things from a different perspective. It will be time to make some decisions about what you really truly want in the future and how that's going to happen. And here we talked about a rush to judgment, right? Like we don't want to make a rash decision or a harsh judgment, and here you have the judgment card. So when you're looking at things from this different perspective, weigh them, all of these things on the scales of judgment. What really makes sense? And, what really is happening here? Try to be very objective about it when you weigh these things. Does this make sense? Is this something that is hurting people or helping people? What do I actually want the outcome to be? And weigh all of this stuff on the scales of judgment as you're looking especially toward your future and toward the foundation that you want to build moving forward for the rest of 2019. And then the last card you have as a clarifier is this Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is all about not seeing the forest for the trees. In this way, here she's kind of made her stand, and she's blindfolded, and there's all these swords around her. If she's got her arms like this, right? If she moved her arms in like this, all of these ropes would be loose, and they would, she'd be able to get out. So this is a prison of her own making. She's sort of stuck in this little prison, like, this is just what I'm doing, and I'm putting my foot down, but not for any real reason. And that's what this is too. This is refusing to make a decision, being blindfolded. So there's something that you need to really take a look at. And you see, you have these two clarifying cards. Both of them are blindfolded, and then it plays off of having this hangman card, which is about a new perspective. So you can't look at anything from a new perspective when you're wearing a blindfold, right? I mean, you have this blindfold on. You can't look at anything differently when you can't even see what's right in front of you. So it's about removing that blindfold, about being objective, dealing with whatever it is, not in a rash or harsh emotional way, but in a way that that you can actually build a future and make a solid foundation to move forward with 2019 in a positive way. And I think that that's absolutely available to you, but you have to be willing to take the first steps. You have to be able to take this blindfold off and see what's right in front of your face and make a decision. This is an impasse here, this Two of Swords. You're at an impasse, and until you make a decision, it's not going to change. And that's the same here. Until she decides to move her arms and take the rope and the blindfold off and walk away, she's going to be stuck right there. So you have the potential to make everything be very, very different for 2019 for you, in a really positive way. So I am really looking forward to hear how this resonates with you, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much for watching.